stunning amount of footage on how to board the train at the Dover end, because I'm going to point you to Andrew Ditton and his website, his YouTube channel, and he's done a fantastic job of how to board the train. So I'm going to be doing it the other way around, so I shall be doing it on the French side coming back, so you can see all that. Apart from that,
so it's time to go home.
I'll say ciao, Bella. What are you going to say?
Au revoir.
Au revoir. See you back in Blighty. And so here we go, let's start with the approach. Now all roads have at least two names. You'll see this one's called A16 or E15, some of them even have three. And another name has appeared, but this time tunnel is mentioned. Now if you're wanting the tunnel, the next sign is not confusing at all, but the car ferry ones are. Painted on the road is car ferry straight on, but the sign has the ferry one kind of squashed in the middle of two lanes and turn right. But in actual fact, it is straight on, and it's warning you to turn right at the next one. Keeping an eye on the signs, because after this little chicane bit, we join another bit of road, look. And then after a short distance, it's our turn to get off. Keep your eye out, junction 42. This is a keep your wits about you. The middle one is what we want. Now, as you can see, it's these two lanes. So what's the one on the right? A lane will appear which you will not take, as this is for trucks only. Reserve. Yes, we have got a ticket. And to keep you on your toes, the fast lane disappears as well. So unless you bought a Flexi Plus ticket, the white ones are for you. And as we go a bit further on here, you can see that the road splits into two halves. So we take the right hand side. You could take the left, I suppose, but we're taking the right hand side, which will then take us through to the check-in booths. And also keeping my eye on the overhead gantry as to where Fiona will pass the documents. Now these are APNR based. And this sign is just telling you about the fact there's 4 trains every hour. And then once you've done that, you fight your way in, and whereas all these lanes will then merge into 2. So what will happen here is that you'll actually be forced into the service station, which is the bit we buggered up on the way through from the English side. But what that will do is then push us to the right hand side, which is where all the caravans go. So left hand side for the cars, and right side for us. And then you get mildly amusing bits like this. I mean, that van is going the wrong way round the car park, but obviously he's got his window cleaning service, and well, say no more. Somebody trying to reverse it, and you just pulled in front of them. Now, just like the UK, there's a blue sign way off in the distance, but either way, there's a guy walking before me with an orange jacket on. He clocks my letter, which you can see in the windscreen is a W, and says, well, just carry on. So we do, and there's not even a W on that board, look. And just for confirmation, that's a good sign to see. Are you ready for a laugh? Who came up with this road management scheme? But anyway, next up is French passport control, and I'll get myself over into the lane for caravans and the other ones for buses. Now there is a bit of a downside on this because the booth is on the right hand side, so therefore I've got to pass all the documents through. Now another note, and just for COVID I suppose, but see that lady coming down all the cars? She's doing a swab of the steering wheel. Or could it be general drugs? Now I'm not going to lie, this next bit took well over an hour to get through, and yeah, it was bloody hot sat in that car. This particular bit you're not allowed to go into that hatched area. I'm not quite sure why, but either way we get through it, finally get to the booth, and it is UK border control. Brilliant. And so once negotiated, we are then classed as a bus and rejoin our Flexi Plus friends. Annoyingly, we get the pleasure of enjoying queue jumpers, but we take it in our stride, don't we? You know what it's like, nowhere to go, but you force your way in anyway. And then, as if by magic, a nice lady appears.
Hi.
Hello.
I need to check your gas box.
Oh, yes, sure.
This is the bit I don't understand. We've used the tunnel quite a few times now, and they're obviously checking gas bowls, but they're obviously going to be cheering people up in the queue behind you because nobody can go anywhere. Why don't they do it in the lane when you get through? Because it's just there in front of us, look. Now the signs aren't very big, but the barrier's a bit of a clue, and then the number is just underneath the traffic light, look. And we were so close at being able to get straight through and onto that next train. Bugger. We wait then. Yep, I can see 4 train roofs. But here we go, the car in front's been way forward. And we'll just have a quick check behind us, because I think that Volvo behind me is getting a bit close. There's no rush, mate, there's no rush. Now that person does beckon us forward a bit to the next line, but we're told to wait. Oh, talk about a quick turnaround, there's a lot of boarding cars, look. Ready?
Yeah.
Now give yourself plenty of room and don't try to cut that corner. Now what I do is use the line that car's taking and just cross that grid just a little bit prior to that and put my driver's wheel on that silver bit on the other side. See that person in orange? Aim for that person. And then once I get to this position I can straighten up and the back end just take over my shoulder and the rear view camera, and I can see it all coming in. Now this is not an 8-foot caravan, this is just a normal standard width, but it's only 6 inches wider, so it should be fine as well.
It looks like we're the first on.
Do you know, I think I might be agreeing with Fiona there, because we seem to be driving an awful long way in the middle of this train. I think we're going to be right at the front. Well, there we have it. 35 minutes later, we're back in the UK, and she's come along to take away the wheel chocks and no doubt open the doors. Oh, and by the way, see that car in front? His top box has got a GB sticker. His car, when it moves, will have a UK one. But either way, the fire door at the front there's going up, and no doubt, oh, and here goes the back one too. So, second one on, Brucey. Don't forget to wave to your chef de trans and drive on the right hand side of the road. And before you know it, you'll be out of the terminal and enjoying the wondrous delights of this neck of the woods, heading for the M25.
And as we head home down the M25 and the M4, that's it. That's the end of our summer holiday 2022. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey. We had a fantastic holiday with the delights of La Colombier, Chamonix, Mont Blanc, Fornella in Italy, Verona, and you've been on that journey with us. So thank you very much for listening, for watching, for commenting, and please like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the little bell so you know when our next film is live.
No. Do you remember this? This is the problem that we had. So there we go, 2 completely blank panels. If we have a look down here, this switch is in, out, back in, still nothing. Do you know what the fix was to this? Unbelievable. And so the next day, after emptying all our stuff out of it, I took it to my local caravan dealer. And after they had a look and then fixed the issue, they then rung me. You're not going to believe this. See that little black switch that we were pushing in and out? That was the culprit. That was the problem. And as you can see, they only cost £10. But there is a labour charge and then there's VAT on top. So absolutely ecstatic, especially having to buy a bloody battery in France as well. Oh, and next week there'll be something different. Non-caravan. Enjoy!